From hiding grace into the air to becoming one of the most popular hairstyles in the world. And what do you think I'm talking about? I'm talking about cornrows. Yes, like the one on my hair is actually an example of cornrows. In African countries, we call it cornrows, while in Jamaican countries, they call it Cornrows. It actually has an history back in those days on how they use cornrows for directions, for road maps, as a symbol of family lineage, and as a way to escape slaves back in those days. Cornrows have a rich history in the Black African community. There's a way the slaves back in those days usually braid their hair into cornrows without the knowledge of the slave owners knowing. Like an example right there, the circle is describing the hidden states in which the slaves usually used to braid their own hair, so that when they reach the destination, they'll be able to make do of plantation and what to eat for survival. The big wheels over there is describing the main road in which they are to follow. The numbers of cornrows usually determine their distance in which they need to follow. Most of the slaves back then usually weigh 8 to 10 cornrows, depending on the distance they need to cover, the maps in which they need to follow, the routes in which they need to pass. Some of them usually weigh a zigzag, some they weigh a straight. Most of these cornrows is describing the paths, is describing the maps in which they need to follow without the slave owners actually finding out their plots, without actually finding out what they're actually planning. And when Africans were taken to the Caribbean, cornrows evolved. They became known as cornrows over there, and the Caribbeans called it cornrows. We call it cornrows in Africa, and the Caribbeans called it cornrows. And because of this, cornrows evolved because they were taken to the Caribbean countries. And despite so many attempts to actually erase African culture, the cornrows survived. And today they represent our beauty, our resilience. Let me know which hairstyle you want me to talk about next in the comment section and share your thoughts. Bye!